It must be Friday because I am cooking. Welcome to Cooking with Katie on Fridays. Today I'm going to be making grilled bell peppers stuffed with goat cheese and corn. This recipe just called my name. I saw the picture and I was like, I have to make this. This looks so delicious. It's kind of a little bit more complicated recipe. It does take a little bit longer than my usual ones, but let's go ahead and show you guys the ingredients. Here are the ingredients that I am working with today. So we are going to go ahead and start over here with some butter. I always buy our Kerrygold butter. It is, in my opinion, one of the best butters that is out there. It's made from grass-fed cows, so it's just really authentic, real butter. It's delicious. So I will never go back to any butter other than this. And we're going to use some parsley today, olive oil, some goat cheese, garlic, a lemon, salt, 1 yellow onion, 2 bell peppers, and guys, these are brand new bell peppers. I don't think we're going to be having them for that long at Trader Joe's, but the package looks like this. They're called Enjoya peppers. They're absolutely beautiful. They're a little more pricey, but for presentation alone, these are just gorgeous. I had to use these. And then lastly is the corn. We do not carry any GMO produce, so if you guys are worried about that type of thing, if not, then it doesn't matter. But if you are, just know that we don't carry any GMOs. We also use all natural dyes, meaning that all of the dyes that are in our products are made with vegetables like turmeric and beets and things like that. So you're never going to get anything artificial. And that's just something that I really appreciate, and especially having kids, you know, you just never know like what your food is made with, and that's just one thing that makes me love Trader Joe's even more, and I know you guys all love Trader Joe's too. So we're doing something a little different today. I'm going to be using my little handy dandy indoor grill for the bell peppers. If you guys want to go ahead and use the outdoor grill, that is obviously more than fine. I just wanted to do it inside so I have everything in front of me and I can show you guys. But this grill is really easy and handy to use. So I'm setting the grill to 5, which is the absolute highest setting that this one goes to. And if you guys are grilling at an outdoor barbecue, make sure it's set to high as well. If you're doing outdoor barbecue, you don't need to preheat. You just set the peppers directly onto the grates as is. And I already previously washed these, so they're going to go right down. Every couple minutes, you're going to want to rotate them, and you're going to do that for about 10 to 20 minutes until you see the good grate marks on the sides of the bell peppers, and then we're going to wrap them in foil. So I just finished grilling the bell peppers on the grill. Now, because I did it inside, we don't really have a cover that was large enough to like cover the whole thing and kind of like keep the steam and the heat in. With a barbecue, you have like the big cover you can shut and keep it nice and hot. So for safe measure, I just popped them in our little toaster oven at 400 for a couple minutes just to heat them up a little bit extra, because once they come out, I'm going to be wrapping them in foil and leaving them sit for 10 to 15 minutes so that the heat traps them and then the skin peels right off. While that's going on, I'm going to start with my corn mixture. So the first step in this mixture is going to be dicing an onion. You just need half a cup of yellow onion and a garlic clove. So I'm going to dice up the onion and then I'm going to dice up the garlic. So I'm going to set the wrapped bell peppers aside in a bowl. I think the bowl just keeps them a little bit extra warm, but the recipe says to peel them into a bowl afterwards. So I'm just going to keep them in there and going to chop up my garlic now. I just finished my onion. So I'm going to make the corn mixture while my peppers are continuing to bake in the foil. And before I even start the corn mixture, I'm actually going to preheat my oven to 450, because once the bell peppers are stuffed and ready to go, you're just going to be putting them in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes just to heat them all up together. So I'm going to preheat my oven first. While that's preheating, I'm going to get going on the corn mixture. So we're starting with some olive oil. Now I'm just doing 1 tablespoon of olive oil into the saute pan. Now I'm adding my ½ cup of yellow onion to this. And then a little sea salt just for some flavor. I'm not doing too much, just a little bit. And this is going to be set to medium-low heat. Medium-low, and then I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up. Now I'm just going to cover this mixture and leave it sitting for about 5 minutes, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and drain the corn that comes in a can. And this is why I do it in the sink, because I make a mess. Alright guys, so the onions have been in here covered for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to take the cover off and we're going to go ahead and set the heat to medium. And we're going to let them simmer for about 4 more minutes and kind of rotating them around so they don't get too overly cooked. So while those are simmering, I'm going to go ahead and start peeling my bell peppers. Again, I said that you want to be peeling these over a bowl, and that is because we are going to be using the juices to mix in with the goat cheese. So those juices that kind of come off during the skin peeling are very important. So make sure you have a bowl to catch all that. We are not keeping the skin. The skin is trash, but the important part is the juices. I'm not going to lie, I tried my hardest to peel the skin. It is not coming off. It's not budging. I don't know if it's that I didn't heat it high enough. It was sitting in the foil for 15 minutes, or these bell peppers are a little tougher than the yellow ones that the recipe calls for. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I just kind of like cut a lot of it with a knife. I apologize for it not turning out the best that it can, and maybe you guys have some tips for me, because as I've told you guys all along, I am not a professional chef. I'm not even close. I'm just trying my best. So yeah, if you guys have any tips or reasons why this didn't work out as well as I had hoped, please let me know, because it is kind of disheartening and frustrating. So anyways, so now we have a bell pepper that's half skinned and cut, and it looks not very pretty, but I'm going to cut this in half. Any juices that you have, go ahead and keep in that bowl. I'm going to take the seeds out. Now that the onions are done sauteing, I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of butter, and I'm just eyeballing that. I'm not really going to worry too much about how much that really is. After draining the corn, we're going to use 1½ cups, which is an entire can, and then we're going to add like a ½ teaspoon of salt. We're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to add the garlic at the very end and saute for 30 seconds. Alright guys, I'm going to add the garlic now and let this sit for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to take it off the heat. Last few steps to add to this once it's off the heat is the lemon juice. So I'm just doing 1/4 of a teaspoon of lemon juice, and I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze that in there. And then 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped parsley, and I just ran my knife through it real quick. So I'm just going to toss these in to the corn mixture. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. I'm just eyeballing this, guys. I don't have like an exact amount. I'm going to mix this in. So I set the corn mixture to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the goat cheese mixture. This is 5 ounces. You want 2 ounces out of this, so I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm okay if I do a little bit more because cheese. So I'm going to add that to the juices that I got. And I didn't get as much juices as the recipe calls for, which would be 1 tablespoon. This is a little under 1 tablespoon. So you're just going to mix the goat cheese with the pepper juice. It's soft, so it'll mix up really nice. Okay, and then I'm going to add this goat cheese mixture straight into the bell peppers, and I place them all inside of a baking dish to put into the oven once they're done. So I'm going to be putting these bell peppers that have the goat cheese in them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes to heat them up, and then we're going to go ahead and spoon the corn mixture into them once they come out of the oven. These just got out of the oven. They are piping hot, and I'm going to go ahead and spoon in the corn mixture to each one of these, but it does smell really, really good. The last step I'm going to do is just to garnish these with a little bit more of the parsley. I get to finally eat this delicious food. It took so long, you guys. Like, I'm used to doing these recipes and them like taking very short amount of time, but this one, let me just say, it took forever, so this better be the best dang stuffed pepper I've ever had. Here's the truth. That's good. So I love the corn. The corn is just insane flavor in that corn. The bell pepper is a little bit spicy. It's very juicy. And I don't know if it's because of this type of bell pepper. They're thicker than I'm used to also, which leads me to believe that the skin didn't come off just because of the thickness and the hardiness that this pepper has. But it is perfect for stuffing, I will say, because it holds up and it's able to really hold on to everything that's in there. These peppers are very flavorful, really juicy. So if you guys like bell peppers, try these out. They're only at Trader Joe's for a very limited amount of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit down, enjoy my lunch. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.